Hi, it's Nina. So, do you feel numb during sex a lot of the time? Like, do you feel like your body, it just feels kind of numb? Your body, your vagina, it's not really feeling very much. Well, I wanted to talk about that today because there is the good news is there's something that can be done about that, and I really want to share with you the how, because it is so important to be having a fulfilling sex life. It's so much more than just about sex. You're having an amazing sex life is like the most powerful tool that you have for living, honestly. When you are having incredible sex, you only need to look at somebody and know that they've just had amazing sex, right? You can tell when somebody walks into the room and you're like, hell yeah, I want what she's just had. You can feel it, and what it gives you is incredible sex and awakening sexual energy in your body. Gives you confidence. It's like this eau de cologne of confidence. It is freedom. It's like this freedom in your body. Your body like opens, relax, receives. It's free. You can feel more at ease socially. All this oxytocin that gets released from sex, it enables you to feel more at ease and like you belong. Like you belong here. You can connect more easily with others, and through that you feel more at ease. And isn't connection like the aim of life, really, to create deep connections in life? That's what we all long for, is to feel more connected to others and more connected to self. So having amazing sex gives you so much. It gives you testosterone, so you get the confidence. It gives you, the more you have, the more you want. Like if you haven't had good sex for a while, actually, or if you've had no sex for a while, you can literally, as a woman, stop really desiring it so much. If you have a really incredible orgasm today, you're going to want another one tomorrow or later that day, And if you have sex that is really unfulfilling, it can just turn you off as well. If you're not getting fully aroused, you can still have an orgasm when you're not fully aroused. But if you're not getting fully aroused, you can stop like wanting sex if you're having bad sex or sex that's just unfulfilling. It's like your body just stops wanting that like negative dopamine release. It's just like, no thanks. So it's really important for sex to be fulfilling, and it's really important that you're having sex in your life, and doesn't necessarily need to be with another. You can have an incredible sex life on your own, and on your own is this amazing opportunity to practice, to expand your potential, your capability, expand the sensation and aliveness in your body, so that when you do meet somebody, you bring this like gift of self where you've like healed and expanded. You can be more present and aware. And one of the most amazing tools for developing more sensation and more pleasure is the tool of being present. And a way of practicing that tool, because basically we feel when we're here, right? When you're here, if you're able to feel, if you're able to be really present with the touch on your arm, you can really feel it. You can start to feel the intricacies. Oh, there's some heat there. Oh, it's like soft there. Oh, there's more pressure there. You start to feel all of the intricacies. And during sex, that's what you want to be noticing. You want to be noticing like the blood rushing into your genitals. You want to be noticing the feeling on your skin. You want to be noticing your heart rate coming up. You want to be noticing you want to be able to feel a lot. You want your genitals to feel like alive, like so every touch is like exquisite. And the way to do that is to practice it, basically. And a really powerful way of practicing is a practice called orgasmic yoga. And this is amazing as a tool of aliveness, and it contains a few aspects. One aspect of orgasmic yoga is basically erotic practice as a spiritual practice. So where you are setting an intention and you are practicing being present, so it's like a meditation, a movement meditation, and it is the spiritual practice that you're doing. And orgasmic yoga is a practice of moving, breathing and sounding in your body, and including your erotic energy. And I teach a lot of this in classes to people and people that I work with, because it's such a powerful modality. And one of the biggest things that we don't do is practice being in our body. So as an invitation for today, I invite you to take a moment now to feel your body, to become aware of the sensation of your touch. And the more you can breathe, the better. So taking some breaths in as you touch your body. And I invite you to take this to the bedroom, to include your genitals, and to start to awaken more sensation in your body. You need to be fully breathing, because we have numbed out over time. We held back everything. We're storing all of our life experiences in the body, in the cells and tissues of the body, and through that we numb out. We stop being able to feel so much. So you need to, by practicing breathing and touching your body, you might notice some emotion coming up, and that's good. Let that come, let that clear through. And if you want to start to awaken more sensation, you need to practice that, allowing, feeling. And as an erotic practice, to be touching your genitals and to touch them 10 or 50 times with one stroke, and see what you notice with every stroke. And it might be numbness, it might be numbness, it might be numbness, and then eventually maybe you feel something else. A tingle, and you breathe into that, and maybe as you carry on breathing, some heat arises. Well, what else do you notice? What else do you notice? Is there any blood rushing in anywhere? So bringing your awareness to what you're noticing will grow and the experience, and you'll start to melt the numbness. Because you can imagine, if you haven't can you think of Kill Bill, the movie? I don't know if you remember the scene where she's like in the back of this car, and she's just got out of hospital. I think she's lying in the back of the car, and she's trying to get her toe to move, and she's like, wiggle toe, toe move, toe move, toe move. And she's trying for ages and ages, focusing her attention on her toe, and eventually it moves. And it's the same all over our body. If you've just focused on your clitoris, or you haven't really focus on other places in your body, you wonder why you don't feel very much. Well, it's because you haven't given them attention. Neurologically, you're not wired there anymore. But through stroking 10 or 50 times in one place, you can become wired back into your body. You can start to experience more, feel more pleasure. And it's so important. It's not just nothing, it's not this hedonistic act. Being connected with your arousal and feeling full pleasure in your body is part of you, that is you. We are these creatures of pleasure. We wouldn't have this gift of incredible orgasmic potential in our body if we weren't supposed to be enjoying that. And when you're not, I know what that feels like. It can feel so devastating to not have that in your life, and to not be connected to your arousal, and it's totally there. Like, it's totally possible for everyone, absolutely everyone. And there might be some healing required, and do a lot of body work with women that I can teach people over Skype as well as in person. But teach them to work with their vagina so that they can specifically start to heal some of this numbness. And it's so powerful. It's so much more than just sex. It's presence, it's aliveness. It's like feeling like you're 100% here. Like, you know, it's always missing if it's not there. It's always missing. And particularly in relationship, you know, it's really is the end of relationship if it disappears off. It's truth. I mean, you can pretend that it's still relationship, but you're just friends really otherwise, aren't you? And is that enough? For most people it's not. So it's really important, and we don't place it as high on a priority list. You know, how many times are you washing dishes, writing an email, whatever you might be doing, instead of having pleasure, having sexual intimacy? So yeah, I invite you to come home to the full aliveness and sensation and joy and power and confidence and juiciness in your body, and see how life is so much love from me to you. Have a beautiful day.